Hello there, I'm Rika BJD. This is Hime, she's Alimwa Ellie, and welcome to my video. I am sorry if the fan is violently loud. It's California, it's the summer, we need them to stay alive. So that's why that's happening. We're matching, so we're cute. Okay, I have tea, so this could count as a tea in Dollies. I'm a minor, so no wine for me. And yeah, quick show of her outfit. She's wearing these socks with a lot of holes in them because I'm a mess. So she's a mess. No. And she doesn't have shoes on right now because like the sneakers I do have are hard to get on and off, so I really have to commit to the outfit when I put them on. This dress thing that I think was just like an 18-inch doll dress, but it looks good on her nonetheless. And this cardigan from an Etsy shop I can't remember the name of. I'll leave a link of it. I really love the sweaters from that shop. I bought it in person at a convention, but I love them. She has a face up done by me. And a little bit of body blushing, but that's for another video. Yeah, I'm filming this on my phone, so I'm trying to get it to focus as much as I can. She's so cute. So I wanted to do a bit of a character tag with Hime, even though she came here on like Friday and it's Tuesday today. So I haven't had that much time with her, but I wanted to do a tag by KB Productions, the character tag. So I personally, I'm a doll owner that likes writing stories for my dolls, for my characters, because with the price tag, with them being beautiful, of course, one of the justifications to myself for spending that much money. I also like connecting stories to them because then it feels like, well, this whole world is connected to this thing that I spent a lot of money on, so now it's more sentimental. I'm at the stage where I think she's beautiful, and I kind of have an aura from her, like what kind of personality she has, but I don't know exactly who she is. I don't know the exact age, I don't know what, so this tag is going to be kind of a mess, but I think talking it out helps me figure out the character. So feel free to do something like this too. But yeah, to talk a little bit about her first, like what I know already. I feel like she reminds me of this one girl I knew freshman, sophomore of high school. That was like always like, she was pretty for one thing, but she was also like, what made her pretty is that she was always smiling and always seemed very like, she was always like in a friendly mood. And like, I know it's like not asking for much, but like, I don't know, it's like, she's the kind of person that's like very much, it puts you in a good mood or whatever. Like a very, more of an optimistic vibe about the world and all that. So her sculpt is like a bit of a subtle smile, so, but it's she's very sweet, you know, from what I could tell. She like, yeah, like something that I kind of realized when I was like dressing her up in different clothes, she looks good in anything, because she's just one of those kind of dolls that is just so beautiful. It's not a fight to get something it's not a fight to find something that she looks nice in. But what I kind of quickly realized is that she tends to not, it feels weird when she's wearing kind of more grungy, like more stuff like that, if that makes any sense. She looks like the kind of person that always dressed like she's like a fairy princess wandering in the forest. Like, kind of like that. And before the doll came, I knew that I wanted to give her black nails just because I knew that the nails were going to be really long and that'd be fun to do. And that she'd have, let me show without exposing herself, that she has a little tattoo. Sorry, there's a squirrel. I got distracted by a squirrel. that she has a tattoo over her heart of 143, 1 being I, 4 being LOVE, and 3 being YOU, so I love you. I don't know, she's like, she speaks with her heart. But yeah, and I feel like even though I think she's the kind of person that would like get along with anybody, like you'd have to be a certain kind of person to dislike her. Like she's very much like, she's also super genuine. Like she isn't nice to be like, be polite. Like she's nice because she's nice, right? And she's like, you know, I'm not sure if she's generous to a fault. I feel like she might have a little bit of like, sorry, I can't do that, I'm busy, or like more logical, it's like, hey, if I'm doing this for you, can you do this for me? But I don't know, I feel like she's the kind of person that would go out of her way when she feels like it's right. And before the doll came, I also liked the idea of making her Wiccan. So I am pretty like still learning about like the Wiccan culture and, you know, it as a religion and all the different like history of it and whatever. So I don't know exactly. I don't know. I just really like the idea of it because I feel like she's also the kind of person that believes in fairies. You know, it's interesting because I didn't realize that the Fae world and those different belief systems and those different like the different creatures or whatever like is connected to Wicca somehow. I don't know, I think it's really interesting, and the different practices and the different holidays or whatever. But yeah, I hope I'm not being like super ignorant right now about my understanding of all of this stuff, because I do realize that this is a lot of people's lives. But I don't know, I like that they're able to still hold their beliefs in a world that's very much like, yeah, but you don't actually believe that, right? Like they're able to overcome that kind of like perspective of others, you know, which I think is probably really difficult. But anyways, I feel like if she faces that kind of criticism, she'd be kind of like, well, that's what you think. Like she's, I don't think there's like a mean bone in her body. Like, but yeah, I was, nope, I'll pause right there and I'll actually, it's already 8 minutes. I'll get into the tag now. So the first question is asking about your character's sexuality. So with her, I don't know. So for Hime, after I bought her, I'm like, okay, I love her so much. Now I gotta buy her some friends. So when I bought her, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this body, I love the face. Now I think I want to get a Sepia doll next. And if I were to get a Sepia doll now, I would get the Hime. Be pronouncing it wrong. But like the one with the really cheeky smile, and oh, she's so cute. I think I would get her on the single jointed body, which is similar to the Limois body, except she'd be a little bit more slimmer. And she just seems like such a fun doll because she's just so cute. But I think she would really jive well with this one, because they just kind of have a similar like smiley attitude or whatever, just because of the sculpts. And I'm like, I like the idea of them together, and because whenever I think of the song, it's that one Dodie song. If you would be so kind. Yeah, the one that goes, if you would be so kind as to fall in love with me. You see, I'm trying. I'm not, sorry. But I don't know, just like a cute, you know, very innocent love story. Like, I like the idea of them together, especially because they have a slight height difference, because, you know, love the height difference in couples. But I could also see them as just friends. I didn't realize how much different she would feel in person. And that's something I think I'm gonna have to like, I kind of realized that I really can't decide too much about who a character is or how I will like a doll until I have it in my hands. Like, I purposely tried not to think too hard about a character for this doll before she came, because I didn't want to like have preconceived notions about what kind of character she was going to be, and then that she'd come and then just wreck everything. So I kind of was like more open-minded of what kind of person she is, and when she came, I loved the sculpt much more than I thought I would. And yeah, I'm totally in love with her. So I don't know, I think, so in that case, Hime's sexuality would have to be, would be like more, girls would have to be in the equation. Whatever she is, girls would have to be in the equation for, you know, that affection to happen. But I also really love the doll Saitou Dennis, you know, the very tall, skinny body. I love that idea of them, like the contrast where she's like a sunshiny fairy princess and he's just like a angsty, shy, awkward guy, because he'd be like super tall compared to this girl, because it reminds me of this one manga. I don't remember the names of anything, do I? The premise of it is this guy that has a scary face, or what we'd perceive as a scary face, falls in love with this very cute, pretty girl, and he's very of like the perspective of like, I love her, but it's never gonna happen. And then she ends up asking him out, and they just have a cute relationship. It's so great, so great. He's like, people perceive him as scary and stuff, and kind of angry, but he's just very shy, and I love him. Anyways, I like the idea of the contrast. Part of me is kind of concerned with how skinny he would be. He would look very strange next to her. But then I look at Pint-Sized Palace's dolls and how they're from different companies, but they all jive together really well, especially the doll Saitou, you know, with everyone. I think that she would look nice with him. That's probably gonna be my next doll, because I like the Hime. I really love her. I have loved her for a long time, but I think since I already got a taste for what that kind of experience as a doll is, I want to try this doll Saitou thing, because it's so out of what I've experienced, and I'd really like to try that kind of doll with the different joints and just, anyways, I just love doll Saitou. So anyways, that's a rambling answer for, she's probably bi. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like Hime is also the kind of doll that like doesn't think too much about relationships. She's probably like, kind of like how I think, where it's like, it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen, but if it's not now, it's fine. But yeah, so, sexuality. Okay, lovers okay, next question is asking about, you know, if your doll has any lovers. I kind of answered that with the last question. So, I don't know, I'm figuring this out as I'm talking, so this is gonna be a long video, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like if I end up getting the doll Saitou Dennis as my next doll, and they end up together, I feel like she didn't have any previous relationships. I mean, she's no doubt had crushes before, but I don't think she's had any relationships or lovers in the past, and he'd probably be her first actual relationship, you know, and not like flirting or whatever. So yeah, enemies. Like I said earlier, Hime's the kind of person that's like, it's you have to be a certain kind of evil to like dislike her, because it's like it's very hard to like, you know, end up in a situation where you'd hate her. I think maybe, I don't know. I feel like the only people that would dislike her is people that are jealous. Not trying to advertise her as a Mary Sue where it's like everybody loves her, but I don't know. She's like that kind of attitude where, I don't know, if she does wrong you in some way, she's like she makes it up somehow, or she apologizes because she apologizes genuinely. Like, you know how some people apologize, but what they're really saying is, I'm sorry you were offended, not I'm sorry for what I did, right? So I feel like she's very genuine person. So again, like, I feel like it's hard. Like, I don't know. I feel like she'd like make friends with ruffians or whatever just because she's so soft and like open-minded or whatever. But yeah, number 4, where would they live in a past, present, or TV related world? I'm trying to think. I think this is not really. All right, this is the best way I could answer it. I feel like she'd be in a shoujo manga. Just because I'm loosely basing off some of the feelings I get of what kind of character she is from that one manga I was just mentioning. But yeah, like, I just, you know, one that's targeted at, you know, or a manga that's targeted at young women. I don't know, like, very, like, I don't know, I very, like, I don't know how to word it. I feel like she'd be the character that ends up being a love interest or whatever, or like just, I don't know. Because I don't see her in like, or like a romance movie or like a lighthearted romance comedy movie, because I feel like she wouldn't be in a drama just because I don't know. I feel like she's not. I mean, I think she would survive if she had like a harder life, but I don't see this kind of personality written up for a character that would be in hard situations, right? With twisted relationships and cheating and all that drama. But yeah. And I don't imagine her in like a horror sort of thing either. I don't know. Maybe my ideas will change, but that's how I'm feeling. Okay. Does your doll have a BJD? Number 5. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think Hime would, just because I feel like she wouldn't know they existed. Which is like trippy. But I think like her hobbies would be, I think she, even though she likes dressing herself up, I think she doesn't like, I feel like she is artsy, but I don't think she necessarily likes artsy as in a way of drawing people. I think she's more like artsy in the way of like interior design or, you know, decorating and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think she'd have any hobbies that involve like having a doll and sculpting different things, or, you know, interested in different sculpts or clothing or whatever. That's a weird way to answer, but that's what I can do. So number 6, how did she do in school? I think she did well. I feel like she's a bright person. Like, I feel like she liked school, and I think part of that is, you know, taking part of what I experienced. Even though I had little areas of, you know, times where I was really down or I was having a bad time at school, I always had like a very school was always a pretty good environment for me. There was never moments of like being bullied for me or whatever. I know, I'm so lucky. But yeah, and I always felt like really comfortable with teachers and all that, you know. I think, yeah, I think she kind of, if anything, I think she focused on school a little too much and probably missed out on some things of the, you know, the experience of childhood or whatever. But I think it's just because, I'm not sure. I don't know if she had as much pride as I do. As in what motivates her to do really well in school. Yeah, I think it's, I think her attitude might come from a place of these teachers work really hard and I want to make them proud, or as well as her family or whatever, or just, this is hard, but I'm going to overcome it. But yeah, I think school was always a good place for her to go to, she never, like it always felt like a safe place or whatever. So she probably did well in that environment and graduated high school. So pet, number 7, I think, I feel like she'd have cats. I feel like, even though she's very like high-spirited, I don't think I don't think she's like uber energetic. As in, like, not saying that you have to be uber energetic to own like a dog, but like I think she'd own a pet that's very like chill. Like that's why I think of a cat, because like I think she'd have a pet that she just kind of hangs out with, you know, rather than like we're gonna play, we're gonna run around. And I feel like she's like she's very cool and collected, I guess. So I feel like she'd own a cat. Number 8, birthday. I don't know, her birthday, I think I'm just gonna make it when I got the doll. So, July, was it 21st? What the heck is the date today? I think July 21st, yeah. And as to how old she is, I think she's 19. Like, I feel like she's pretty young. It's either 19 or 20. And one of the ideas I have for what's going on in her life is that she's either went to college for a year and is taking off a year now, or is taking off a year before going to college, to put all her time into working, whatever that may be. I like the idea that she works at a flower shop or something like that, because again, referencing back to the manga of which I can't remember the name of, the boy that's kind of has scary faced, he works at a flower shop that, you know, him and his mother own. And the girl, you know, that he ends up falling in love with, after she meets him, she always goes to the flower shop every day to order flowers. And yeah. So I feel like that when I get that Del Chateau Dennis, he may own a flower shop and she might work part-time or something like that. I don't know. I really love the idea of that. So kind of changing a little bit on the ideas I'm taking from that manga. Number 9, who would they date from another person's crew? So like, who would they date from another person's doll collection? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's because I also have a crush on Pint Sized Palace's Eddie. But maybe Eddie. More so when, you know, because he's in high school, so let's not make her a pedophile, but more of Eddie when in the alternate universe of him being a rock star. Just because I feel like she'd be able to treat him like, you know, a person. Like she wouldn't treat him like a celebrity. Like, even though she is into that kind of nightlife, or, you know, of partying or whatever, I feel like she'd be able to see him for who he is and, you know, go well with him. But yeah, I don't know. It's just what I like to imagine. And number 10, I just spilled it on myself. I am just so good at life. Number 10, what's your doll's height? I'm just gonna answer this really easily and just say 5'2". I'm 5'3", I think. So let's just say 5'2". Compared to other dolls that may come, I feel like, because she's 57 centimeters, so she's a little bit on the shorter side compared to other SDs, but I also don't think she's like tiny. So yeah, I hope those last 30 minutes of your life were well spent watching this video. I'm sorry it was so rambly and all over the place, but I don't know, I enjoyed talking to you. So yeah, might make videos in the future, might not, I don't know. But this was fun. Okay, bye!